is an instructional video on how to put together the insulin caddy that I had made. I originally made it for my family. My wife and my son are both type 1 diabetic. So I made it for them, and I thought that it would be a good item to share with everyone else that might, have this sort of need where you just build up some insulin and you need a place to store it, but you also want to keep track of where it actually, is supposed to go and when you're actually supposed to use it. So I came up with a pretty simple solution for it. There are 3 main sets of pieces. The first one is originally the base, which you'll see right here. It's pretty straightforward on how to put together, but I'm just going to walk you through the whole process. There's the second set, which these are the sides, which you'll see each one goes around each side. And the last pieces are the most numerous. They are the inserts within. The easiest way to go about this is to simply start with the inserts. You'll see that they actually do a little cross section like that, where you do this part goes down and they meet right in the middle. It's a nice snug fit. The first part is always the easiest, simply because it is the part where you are putting them all down. And then I just flip it upside down, because then we have to line these up more or less. And it's not too hard. Just a little jiggling around is usually all that it takes. Do the next set here. Almost. Sometimes you gotta move them around just a little bit to get them to slide in. It's not to do with the design, it's just to do with simply the fact that you have to line up these holes perfectly, and they move slightly each time and become a little more difficult to set in, but it helps them become really secure. So you can see here, literally this is where each of the insulin bottles are going to go. It's a pretty straightforward and simple process. You can line it up. I usually then start the front piece. You can start at the front, and then work your way this way across if you want, or you can really, put them in however you wish. I usually do all the sides next, simply because it's easier to do it that way. And you have to line up then all these holes. They should snap in together pretty well. Sometimes it can take a little wrangling. I tried to do a really tight fit so that they would require less glue and they'd be more secure. So, originally did 3 sets. You can also set it down like this, so you don't want to break the wood. It's not fragile, but it's also not going to be, extremely sturdy, simply because of the width or the thickness of it. Sometimes you have to individually move these middle sections just a little bit to get them in properly. You can see now it's fully connected. Nice and easy. Then you just do each side after that, and we'll see if it becomes easier or harder. It's been a little while since I've made one, so I'm trying to get these lined up reasonably well here. Okay. Sometimes these slide out, which are going to inherently keep you from being able to put it in, because they're simply not going to be aligned properly. And you just usually use the middle sections here to slide them in. There we go. Need to add support for when I'm applying pressure. Here we go. 2 sides done. Let's see here. Alright. This one goes in on this side. Sometimes it can simply be easier to do it this way because you will see whether or not everything is lining up properly. Because it's mostly just getting them to click into place. It'll be a little bit of a pain, but I assure you it's worth it in the end, because this is a really nice tool for keeping your insulin organized. So don't get discouraged if it takes a few attempts. The difficulty means that it is much more secure and stable, which is important when you're storing your insulin. So let's see here, last set. Almost there. Oops. There we go. So it's just this corner. Make sure they're all in, so then you can put pressure on each side. Make sure they're all secure. And then this is the only part that you may wish to glue, where you can literally set glue along the edges right here. If you do that, you have to be quick about it, depending on the type of glue that you use, and then apply some good pressure. But I did try to build them so that it wasn't necessary, but you know, you need to do what you feel is comfortable and safe for your insulin needs. Here we go. I always recommend that you hold it by the base when you move it, simply because if for whatever reason if the base decides to come unglued or have any other issues, the easiest way to protect your insulin is by simply having held the base in the first place. So we'll see. Yeah, completely complete. 8 minutes while talking about it. It's not too shabby, but it's a beautiful little holder for your insulin. You know, if you need more, you're always welcome to order more in the future. The design will either be the same or I'll improve upon it if I find anything that I really need to improve upon. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. Alright, have a great day. Bye-bye.